no place like the Q. Family, it's your favorite queer radio personality, Anna DeShawn, and this is Queer News, your favorite weekly news pod where race and sexuality meet politics, culture, and entertainment. How are you feeling, given all your political history, everything you put into the party?
Well, I have to say, I'm not a stranger to breaking through glass ceilings. But there's a couple glass ceilings that have yet to be crashed through. And I just feel like this is one such moment where we are growing energy, we're becoming totally unified, and I think we're going to do it. We're going to elect Kamala Harris the next president of the United States.
I had the honor of interviewing the legend herself, Senator Tammy Baldwin of Wisconsin. And y'all already know, and if you don't know, she's a legend because she became the first openly LGBTQ woman ever elected to the House of Representatives, ever elected to the Senate in 1999 and in 2013, okay? Yes, she did. She also became the first woman to be elected to either chamber from Wisconsin. So she is not familiar with breaking glass ceilings, but she says this is one that she can't break, okay? And then this one is for Kamala. So if you haven't seen her video or the other videos I captured at the DNC, go visit our YouTube channel and binge a little bit. I promise you'll love them. And they're all really, really short. Also, don't forget, family, we got a queer news tip line, okay? Big ups to my sis Adele for sending in a queer news tip for this week. And if you have one, a link is in our show notes. And QCrew, what's going on? Thank you for helping to financially sustain this podcast. I truly can't say thank you enough. Y'all help me cover the costs of hosting and editing and marketing and travel and PR. Chile, it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. And so if you believe in the work we do, if you believe LGBTQ stories need to be amplified, if you love and respect how I report on the news and tell our stories, join the QCrew, okay? A link is where? Where is it? You know, it's in the show notes. Now for the news. Before we do another thing on this podcast, I'd like to take a moment of silence for the 4 people killed, the 9 people injured, and the thousands of people whose lives are forever changed because of the mass shooting that took place at Apalachee High School in Georgia. Thank you. Now in politics, lifelong, generational Republicans are publicly denouncing Trump and voting for Kamala Harris. Can we talk about the Cheneys today? Can we talk about the McCains? Let's get into it. In culture and entertainment, Sade is dropping her first single in 6 years and is dedicated to her trans son. Award-winning queer journalist and founder of Queer News Daily, my homie, my colleague Nico Lang, is dropping a book, and we need to put in the pre-orders, okay? And the interwebs were hot this week with rumors about Brat and Judy. Chile, it was a thing. Let's go. Family, in politics, can we talk about how it's 56 days till Election Day, till November the 5th? 56 days. And can we talk about how Liz and Dick Cheney have officially endorsed VP Kamala Harris? Family, I don't know what's happening. I do not know what's happening right now, but I like it. I like it a lot. Let me tell y'all what Liz Cheney said last week during a talk she was giving at Duke University's Sanford School of Public Policy. She not only endorsed VP Kamala Harris, but said that she would be voting for her as well. She called Trump a depraved human being. Okay. She called his running mate, Ohio Senator J.D. Vance, misogynistic pigs. Chile, Liz Cheney is holding nothing back right now. She said every Republican, anybody who's contemplating casting a vote for that ticket, really needs to think about what they are enabling, what they're embracing, and the danger of electing people who will only honor election results if they agree with the outcome, and who are willing to set aside the Constitution, Okay? And in the case of Donald Trump, provoke, exploit violence in order to seize power. That's what she said. That's what she said. Liz Cheney is on fire right now, and it's so interesting to me because these are lifelong generational Republicans who have held very high office. And after serving on the January 6th committee, okay, I think she was like, oh, this dude is really crazy. And she has been a staunch critic of Donald Trump really ever since then. She did not win her seat in Wyoming because of this and because she's been so outspoken. But goodness, ain't she on the right side of history? And while researching this week's episode, I was taken aback. I had heard about Liz Cheney, but I didn't hear about Dick Cheney. Dick Cheney? He says about Trump, he can never be trusted with power again. This is Dick Cheney. He said, in our nation's 248-year history, there has never been an individual who is a greater threat to our republic than Donald Trump. He tried to steal the last election using lies and violence to keep himself in power after the voters had rejected him. He can never be trusted with power again. I mean, did anybody really see this coming? I didn't see these types of Republicans speaking out so fiercely against what's happening, right? Then comes Jimmy McCain, John McCain's youngest son, who switched his voter card from being independent to being Democratic. And he didn't just do it silently. He went on CNN, told the whole tea. Okay, he said, it just blows me away. Okay, and this was in regards to the shenanigans that happened at Arlington National Cemetery. Yes, Jimmy McCain said, these men and women that are laying in the ground there have no choice of whether to be a backdrop for Trump's political campaign. That's right. That's what he said. And then he served in the military for 17 years, and he thought this was just absolutely disgusting and a disgrace, and he couldn't keep quiet about it. So he went on CNN and told everybody. And I really think VP Kamala Harris has been handling this very well as she's been out on the campaign trail. And one thing that she said in response to Liz Cheney's support was that it gave her immense respect for her, as it takes a lot of courage to put country over party. And in Trump news, he's been making his MAGA supporters angry and infuriated this entire week. He admitted to losing the 2020 election by a whisker. That's what he said. He said he lost by a whisker. All of these years of saying that it was a sham. And then he goes on a podcast and says that he lost by a whisker. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. And he also came out and publicly supported IVF. Chile, MAGA supporters, these Republicans, they don't know what to do with him. No one does. And so that's why this Tuesday, September the 10th, is going to be so interesting, because it's going to be the first debate between VP Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. It's taking place at Philadelphia's National Constitution Center. It's going to start at 8 p.m. Central Time. Are y'all watching this? Are y'all going to be like with a group of people watching this? I don't know what I'm going to do. It's expected to last 90 minutes. It's going to have two moderators, okay? David Muir of World News Tonight, and then Prime Anchor Lindsay Davis. Okay, I need to maybe find somewhere to go. I don't know, but I feel like this is a historic one, and it's so interesting. VP Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have never met in person. Isn't that wild? And you want to know why? Because he didn't show up for the peaceful transition to power. So they have literally never met. This will be the first time. Crazy. Now, the last debate between Joe Biden and Donald Trump garnered 51.3 million people. Okay, that was in June, and we all know how that went. Now, the viewership record for a debate is 84 million people, and that was the first debate between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in 2016. I feel like this September 10th debate is about to break all viewership records ever. But we'll have to see. Yes, we will. All right, that's all the political news for today's episode. So let's just take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to talk culture and entertainment.
Welcome to Joy in the Breakthrough, a podcast where we'll be talking to a wide range of leaders from different generations and backgrounds. Leaders who have found power in being broken open. I'm Connie Lindsay.
And I'm Anna Valencia. We are your hosts, and we believe that our challenges can lead to breakthroughs, and we want to share these insights with you.
We hope these stories will inspire you to find the I'm possible in you.
Listen to Joy in the Breakthrough on Thursdays and follow them on social media at JoyITBPod. Listen inside the queue or wherever you get your podcasts. If you're hearing this, it means we didn't sell this ad space. If you're hearing this, it means running ads on our podcast actually can work. You see what I did there? You see this real life example? You got an event, do you have an organization, do you got something you need to get the word out about? We got rates starting as low as $100. Check the link in our show notes for more information. Family, welcome back to the show. Now for some culture and entertainment, let's talk about Sade. Where are my Sade fans at, okay? We have been waiting for another song, and we've got it. It's coming out. It's dropping November 22nd. It'll be her first track in 6 years. And the reason this is queer news is because this track is actually dedicated to her trans son, and it's part of a larger project called Transa. Yes, that's the name of the album, and it's being produced by Red Hot. Now, Red Hot is an organization, a nonprofit dedicated to fighting AIDS through pop culture, which I think is really brilliant. So since 1989, they've raised more than $15 million to benefit HIV/AIDS relief and awareness through pop culture. So much of the awareness that needs to happen can only happen through pop culture. Everybody's not watching a documentary. We have to be able to reach the masses, and pop culture is the way to do it. And they've been doing it through these compilation albums. And this, Transa, is the largest project and undertaking they've ever had. This project is 3.5 hours of content. There are 8 chapters representing the 8 stripes on the rainbow flag. There are 46 songs, and this song by Sade just happens to be one. Also, Andre 3000 is on the album. Sam Smith is on the album. Julian Baker's on the album. Fleet Foxes is on the album. Dozens of trans and non-binary artists are represented on this album. Yes, and it is supposed to be a vibe. Now, I haven't heard the album, so New York Times reports describing the song that Sade is singing, yes, as steeped in empathy and regret. Yeah, they say on the song, she says, "Young man, it's been so heavy for you. You must have felt so alone. I should have known. Shine like a sun." And that's S-U-N. You have everything you need. I love that. I can't wait to hear the song. I can't wait to hear this album. It's set to drop November 22nd, so right around the holiday season. This is something to gift, to share, to download, okay? We'll definitely be playing it on E3 Radio, absolutely. And the Red Hot executive director, Dust Reed, who actually compiled this album with Massima Bell, said the idea was to celebrate all the gifts that trans artists have been giving to the world. We hope to create a narrative that positions trans and non-binary people as leaders in our society, insofar as the deep inner work they do to affirm who they are in our current climate. We felt this is something everybody should do. Whether you identify as trans or non-binary or otherwise, if you took the time to explore your gender, get in touch with the feeling side of yourself, maybe we would have a future oriented around values of community, collaboration, care, and healing. Come on, Dust. Come on, Dust Reed. I like this. I'm liking the vibes of Red Hot, okay? And I can't wait to listen to this album. Because, Sade got a song. Sade gonna have a song. In our next story of culture and entertainment, I'm excited to share this one with you and family. This is one where I would love for you to take some action if it sounds like it sparks your interest, okay? I want to tell you all about a new book that's coming out. It's called American Teenager: How Trans Kids Are Surviving Hate and Finding Joy in a Turbulent Era. Okay, this book is written by award-winning journalist Nico Lang. Nico is the founder of Trans News Daily. Maybe you follow the account on Instagram. Maybe you've seen me share some of those stories. But Nico has been a journalist over a decade, doing the work of telling LGBTQ stories They have written for every major publication you can absolutely think of, from Time Magazine to Rolling Stone to the New York Times to the Wall Street Journal to Harper's Bazaar, LA Time Magazine, everything. LA Times. Nico has written for everybody, won GLAAD Media Awards, okay? And they've embarked upon this book. And I just want to read you a couple of the reviews in case they encourage you to hit the pre-order button, okay? Because you already know where the link is. The link is in the show notes. Raquel Willis, who is a friend of this show and author of her own book, The Risk It Takes to Bloom, on Life and Liberation, says, Lang proves how rich the discourse is when trans youth take their rightful place at the center of their narratives. Okay, Jazz Jennings. Yes, we remember Jazz's story. She's also the author of Being Jazz, My Life as a Transgender Teen. Yes, and she's also has another book called I Am Jazz. She says, media coverage tends to sensationalize the fight over how trans kids should be allowed to live. But what is incredibly rare are the voices of the people at the heart of this debate, transgender and gender non-conforming kids themselves. For their groundbreaking new book, journalist Nico Lang spent a year traveling the country to document the lives of transgender, non-binary, and gender-fluid teens and families. Yes, Nico did. A whole year. And in this book, Nico is highlighting the stories of 8 trans and non-binary teenagers. That is pretty special. At the DNC, I attended a session by GLAAD where they were reporting about statistics on awareness of LGBTQ life. And the data is still telling us that only 25% of people know someone who identifies as trans or non-binary, which leaves 75% of people to figure that out through the media or social media or what their neighbor said yesterday. And how incredibly dangerous is that? Because right now it is full of hate from right-wing politicians and anti-trans legislation. And so culture has to lead the way, and Nico is a part of that canon. And so you can pre-order this book starting now, okay? Come on, let us support a fellow queer journalist out here in the world. And where can you find the link? In the show notes. All right, family, for our last story today, can we get a little messy with the people in the culture and entertainment section? Okay, this week, the internet was also very busy trying to figure out if the Brat and Judy were still together. Were they getting a divorce? I can't tell you. I saw stories, I saw blogs, I saw YouTube videos, I saw TikToks, okay? The rumors was busy and everybody had an opinion. Oh, it was Brat. You seen the show, da-da-da-da-da. You know it got to be Judy and all them big gifts, da-da-da-da. And they just kept going and going and going until I saw Judy post a video. And she said, I'm going to dress, find me at 7 o'clock. Okay. I go back to the Instagram and you know what she did? She promoted her product. She said, yeah, so I know y'all came here for this, but I want to tell y'all we got this off, 70% off this, that, and the third. And I said, if you ain't brilliant, if you are not a brilliant marketer, I don't know who is, because everybody was coming to hear you refute the rumors, okay? But what she did end up doing was posting. And she said, our relationship is stronger than your credit score. Stronger than y'all relationship with fast food. Stronger than that lingering scent you leave after exiting the bathroom. Stronger than how your deodorant is supposed to be. Nah, leave us be. She goes on to say, we know out the way and don't bother nobody. I think she was saying we be out the way and don't bother nobody. Okay. Then she posted some cute pictures of her and Brat. And then there was this. I don't know why people want us to break up so bad. And I think that is a profound question to ask because people just love messy. I think it's just that simple. Maybe not profound at all. And then there was some more cute pictures of her and Brat. And then she said, now make a video about that. Now, I don't think people gonna make this many videos about that because that's actually good news. And that ain't what gets people excited. But Chile, the internet was messy this week. All right, family, you already know it's that time of the show for Anna's Got a Word because Anna's always got a word. And my word today is coming straight from these internet streets because Lisa Page Brooks Yes, and a gospel singer. She's been doing her thing since 1986. Okay, and as somebody who I feel like I'm a pretty verse person in gospel, I had never heard of her before. But she got album after album after album. Okay, she been doing her thing, touring. Lisa Page Brooks. Okay, but this week TikTok, brought her to my feed with her "Devil is a Liar." Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, the devil is a liar. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then she went and said, "Victory is mine." Yeah. And I was like, what she say? Victory is mine. And then she went with the yeah, 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 yeah. And I said, what? If it wasn't a message that I needed on the day that it hit, it is on repeat around here, okay? It's on repeat, and I had to share it with you today as my word, because victory is yours. Now, whether you're here for a devil or not, bad things do happen. There's evil out here in the world, and victory is still yours. And I'm a firm believer that whatever's meant for you will be for you. There ain't nobody out here stealing nothing from you. It wasn't for you. Yes? So I want y'all to hold that this week, that the victory is already yours. Yes? Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. It was something like that, right? I love it. I love it, family. Find me back here, okay? Same time, same channel, same place, all the things next week. Peace. If you've enjoyed what you heard, rate and review us inside your favorite podcasting app. This podcast is written and produced by me, Anna DeShawn. Podcast editing by Ryan Woodhall. And brought to you by E3 Radio and distributed on The Cube. We are Queer News Done Right.